The Nacon Revolution X, the Forest Camo variant you'll see in the images, is a pro-grade controller for Xbox One and Series SX consoles and PC. As an official designed for Xbox product, it offers a familiar layout and the basic functionality you'd expect, and then quite a bit more. With a price tag close to that of premium third-party options from the likes of Razer and Thrustmaster, the Nacon Revolution X is a highly customizable and feature-rich choice, with a quality set of accessories, rear buttons, and easy-to-use software for tweaking, but it lacks the premium feel of its peers. Starting with the many positives, the Nacon Revolution X comes with a fantastic set of accessories. The sturdy carry case houses the controller snugly, along with a swappable weight and thumbstick kit, the braided cable, and a cleaning cloth. Aside from keeping all the components dust-free and together when stored, it's useful if you're planning to travel to an event or want to pack it alongside a gaming laptop. By default, I found the Nacon Revolution X too light for my tastes, but using the extra weights is as simple as sliding off the covers on the rear of each hand grip, inserting them and clipping the covers back on. If you prefer convex thumbsticks, the default concave variants can also be popped off and replaced quickly. Unlike Nacon's more budget-friendly gamepads, the Revolution X's shape is closer to that of original Microsoft hardware, albeit with some smart changes like a more prominent groove below the triggers that guide your middle and ring fingers towards the additional back buttons. As a designed for Xbox product, the basic thumbstick, button, bumper and trigger designs are almost identical, with similar spacing, aside from an Xbox button that's been shifted downwards, and the view and menu buttons slightly further apart. The face buttons and bumpers offer a familiar clicky feel, while the broad triggers offer a little more resistance but a similar range. Nacon thumbsticks remain a highlight, sturdy, responsive and comfortable, with a raised rubber edge and texture that ensures your thumbs don't slip. Only the 4-way D-pad is a little disappointing, with a spongy feel and little feedback as you rotate through each position. The grips are very lightly textured at the back, and the detachable 3-meter braided cord ensures you can store it easily with minimal twisting and tangling. On top of the Revolution X you'll find a recessed USB Type-C port for the cable, on the base a 3.5mm port that supports Dolby Atmos if a headset is plugged in, and on the rear a button for cycling profiles and an advanced toggle for enabling the software programmable functions. Most significantly, you'll find 2 prominent trigger-like buttons where your middle fingertips rest, and below them 2 flatter buttons on the inside of the grip you can access with your 4th digit. They don't have the same tactile feedback offered by paddles, but they are easier to use, albeit perhaps a little too easy depending on how tightly you grip. As someone who finds it uncomfortable clicking down the thumbsticks while moving and aiming in action games, I bound the trigger-esque buttons to L3 and R3 respectively, and then used the 2 smaller buttons for priority D-pad shortcuts. Talking of assigning inputs, the Revolution X uses the same simple and intuitive software you can find on Nacon's budget models, just with an added layer of depth that allows for more fine-tuning and completely custom presets. You get the expected full button remapping. You can adjust thumbstick dead zones, tweak their response pattern curve and flexion points precisely. You can adjust trigger activation ranges and dead zones, control grip and trigger vibration intensity individually, and define the D-pad as a 4 or 8-way input depending on the game. The default presets all provide a demonstration panel to reflect the impact of each adjustment, but you can tweak parameters in the app and switch between saved profiles on the fly, making it easy to test the results in-game where it counts most. More and more games offer similar functionality within their option menus, but it's great to create a few genre-specific profiles and not have to do it on a per-game basis. The Revolution X has just a single RGB ring around the right thumbstick, with quadrants you can individually customize by changing the color and LED pattern. It provides some light visual customization options, but it's more useful for indicating which profile is active without going into the app. Also of interest is the equalizer function. If you're using the headphone port, you can enable a 3D audio effect, although whether this is just Dolby Atmos or a discrete function is not clear. You can pick a preset for different genres to amplify certain frequencies, or adjust microphone gain and noise suppression if you're in party chat. As I usually prefer system-level adjustments, I didn't get much out of it, but it's another nice-to-have option. In addition to the simplified software, the Nacon Revolution X benefits from unified features that work across last-gen Xbox One consoles, current-gen Xbox Series consoles, and PCs. It's plug-and-play, and better still, the app functions identically on all devices and syncs with your profile between them. Additionally, if you're a fan of retro games, a wired gamepad has far greater compatibility with older GOG and Steam PC games from the mid-2000s onwards, whereas they often bug out using gamepads with Bluetooth or a wireless adapter. Unfortunately, a smart form factor, extra inputs, and software programmable functions are only one part of the premium experience. The other is how the gamepad feels in action, in your hands. Despite decent build quality, the Revolution X feels incredibly plasticky. It's hard, smooth, and slippery, to the point the textured grips achieve little if your hands are dry. This might seem like a nitpick, but if you're holding onto something for hours on end, properly textured and ideally rubberized grips are one of the major benefits of a premium gamepad, and it's a feature that several similarly priced pads offer. Nacon could benefit from releasing silicone grips or a protection kit for the Revolution X, as it's something I'd consider an essential extra if the other features have convinced you to pick one up. So wrapping up, the Nacon Revolution X is an unexpectedly feature-rich controller given the price point. It's highly customizable with swappable weights and thumbstick options. It has additional inputs, easy-to-use software, and it comes with a fantastic accessory set and carry case. Unlike some of the cheaper gamepads, the form factor is great and smartly guides your fingers to the additional rear inputs. All that said, it lacks decent textured or rubberized grips to complete the package and give it that premium feel. If you've got this far, please consider giving the video a like and maybe subscribing to our channel as it helps us grow.